We got caught with a bunch infest. Chemical agents are deadly, yes. Noxious fumes, we clear the room. Ghosting bugs with toxic doom. When bugs swarm in and the lights go red, chemical agents fill the air with dread. Turn these spells when we roll through. A slimy mess, but it's what we do. We stop doomed, we seal their doom. Chemical agents clear the planet, make it move. We ain't playing no bugs. Toxins rolling, a greenish haze. No one survives the noxious phase.
Evening's Freedom's terminologists. That was Chemical Agents by Mutaku, which just sounds so incredibly familiar of a tune. I just can't put my finger on it. Still, it sounds like the perfect track to bust bugs to. Who you gonna call? Chemical Agents. Tonight, I have several topics to get into and a new resource to show off. So let's dive right into news in the galactic sphere. First on the docket for tonight is the planet of Curia in the Marspira sector falling under a somewhat lackluster automaton attack. Solving this problem, involving scarcely sentient Radio Shack equipment, will net us our final defensive victory required by High Command for Operation Tall Order. Unfortunately, it does not look like we will be able to manage Gacrux freedom before the deadline falls tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Super Earth Eastern Standard Democratic Time. Don't feel bad though. That major order was a lot, and we did way better than I thought that we would. Pandion-XXIV and Matar were rescued. The bots expended a lot of resources trying to take planets from us, and only managed to acquire some useless rocks in the northern periphery. And Gacrux is likely to fall to Super Earth's glory in just a few more hours of effort tomorrow. That's still pretty darn good. You guys are rock stars, and don't let anyone ever try to tell you different. Now we move into the part of the show that I had alluded to earlier, another entry of the Geneva suggestion. A new resource that I want to talk about called Helldiver's Hub. I came across this new build calculator system while seeking some new art assets for my show, and it is profoundly useful, as one can see. You can program it to plot out any Helldiver configuration that you like, or show off builds that you've already made to others, just like I'm doing right now. I call this build the Chem Diver, or rather, the Chemical Agent, because ain't that just topical? For armor, I generally prefer the Field Chemist armor and helmet with a cape featuring a matching color scheme like the Agent of Oblivion or Martyrus Rex, maybe even Cresting Honor. Effectiveness in combat is one thing, but a Helldiver is powerless without their drip. But let's speak on combat effectiveness anyway. Your primary is the Exploding Crossbow, beloved by many after its repeated buffs, upgrades, improvements, and fixes, and the ever-reliable Bushwhacker as a secondary to enforce your personal space and keep you from blowing your own tail off by a boat that got too close in. Your utility slot will be the G4 gas grenade, allowing you to throw down a cloud of suppressing, confusing chemical gas that'll take out the rank and file and mess with the minds of chargers. Though, Bile Titans tower above the cloud and it will do nothing to them. Because of your advanced filtration passive, you can even hang out inside the gas cloud for a time and enjoy a brief period of relative safety. Just be sure to pop a stim after a while because you still take a fair amount of damage, and it would be kind of embarrassing if you ended up crop dusting yourself to death. The meat and potatoes of this build is the Sterilizer, which I feel is terribly underrated and just misunderstood. Is it as good as the flamethrower? Not even remotely. But its purpose isn't to incinerate and destroy, but to debuff and confuse. Sweeping it around to spread the chemical gas debuff to as many targets as possible will seriously diminish the ability of the swarm to conduct itself as a unified force. They're more like a gaggle of drunk garden gnomes at that point. The Sterilizer truly shines when another entity can conduct fire support on the stunned and helpless targets. And in this situation, The guard dog is going to provide that with gusto with its new and improved armor-piercing rounds. Stunned hive guards and bile spewers will prove little trouble to your new best friend, so will you make sure that the bugs are so confused that they can't tell their spiracles from a hole in the ground? Your guard dog will do its part and give them some new breathing holes. A lot of air in, a lot of ichor out. That's bug blood, by the way. Now we get into offensive stratagems, and we're continuing the chemical agents theme with orbital gas strike. This is an old favorite of mine since the first days of the dot fix, when I realized how incredibly potent it was. Just like the gas grenade, the gas strike will take out the terminated rank and file, especially the oft-hated hunters who I feel are responsible for the lion's share of Helldiver deaths on pretty much any bug hunt campaign trail. Gas strikes and grenades offer harsh suppression on bug breaches, and taking both means that even on D10, you will always have a means to handle even the harshest of breaches. After that, just once the gas cloud is up, shoot your exploding crossbow into it, and you got a whole bunch of kills with very little effort. Chargers can be somewhat easily handled with this build by spraying them with a sterilizer, and once they're confused, spanking their butts 3 or 4 times with the exploding crossbow. You can even aim beneath them and bust their bellies to take them out that way. The only enemy this build struggles with are Bile Titans, who have too much durability for the crossbow to reliably handle in an active combat scenario. That's why you're bringing in the Eagle rocket pods. Even if it doesn't outrightly kill a Bile Titan, it'll still put them on death's door, and then the crossbow can help finish them off by aiming at the exposed carapace sections on its back. Or you can call Eagle 1 back in to make another pass to finish putting them in the dirt. I've been rocking out this chem diver build all day on Gacrux, which helped solve my food crisis by allowing my crew to recover intact remains of Alpha Brood commanders, whose legs were then boiled in the remains of this old blown-out Hulk torso that we keep in the Eagle hangar. Combine that with 11 herbs and spices native to this planet, and the Gacruxian equivalent to garlic and some butter that we traded for with Helldiver Envelops Green, and we're pretty set up for a decent seafood night. Unfortunately, I didn't stop to think that maybe the chemical additives I was using to kill these Terminids would render their meat inedible, and after a few bites we all collectively passed out. The nerve agents. Hence why the Bringer of Mercy wasn't answering any hails. Note to self, next time, use bullets instead. Or fire. Get a head start on the cooking process. That's been Liberty's Latest with me, Ponderatheradioangel. We'll keep hitting Gacrux through the night and keep a weather eye out for the next major order tomorrow morning. No rest for the weary, the wicked, or the starving artist. And so help me, if the Ministry doesn't want to play ball at keeping me well fed, I will become known as the Terminid Devourer. No, Oso. I will not share my recipes with you, because normal, well-adjusted people should not have to resort to this. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.